The idea behind the entity is to provide right guidance and solutions to the problems of the customers. It is a matter of proud that we are able to provide solutions to every household and business entity of for their needs by having different arms of our organizations focusing especially into the needs of our clients, for instance, individuals or corporate houses and their needs. Investment consultant, we have wealth creation group member of MCX. Similarly, parents looking for career guidance for their wards, universities, colleges, college admissions, people searching for marketing solutions. We have our education and consultancy wing. The vision of this organization is to help every individual to get empowered by earning while learning, and in the process help building the nation. We have our presence in our reliable source sales partners like we have our presence in health and supplement in our reliable sales partners like Snapdeal, Flipkart, Amazon, Club Factory, Softmatics. Richest Multi Services is providing investment consultancy, financial and legal advisory, and all type of insurance, mutual funds, online and offline education program, academic teaching, astrology consultancy, beauty and grooming. For more company details, you can log into our website, that is www.richesmultiservices.com. For details, you can also contact at 9919979786, and the other number is 96502400444. And you can also visit our website, and by filing up the query form, you can also ask your questions. And in today's webinar, we have will be conducted by Advocate Poonam Sharma, a qualified lawyer and company secretary with almost of a decade experience in dealing with corporate matters. Her aim was to provide and create a platform wherein corporate can be solved with one-stop solution for all business legal issues. She is a thorough professional with immense knowledge, expertise, and exposure. She has been associated with quite some time with organizations of repute. The major area of services are obtaining various licenses, certificates, and approvals from several regulatory authorities such as FSSAI, MSME, Shop and Establishment Act, drug licenses, PAN, export import licenses, incorporation of a company, LLP, firms, trust, society, legal due diligence, preparing and closing transaction document, preparing ESOP, process documentation, compliances, management services, corporate law matters, corporate restructuring, initial public offer, SEBI matters, taxation matters, corporate advisory, project analysis, drafting of all type of commercial agreement, MOUs, shareholding agreement, share subscription agreement, lease deed, etc. Now I will require her to take over and commence with the presentation. ना अब मैं पूनम जी से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि
थैंक्स संतोष।
हाँ जी, आप आइए और अपना presentation दीजिए.
Thanks, Santosh. I appreciate the warm and delightful introduction you gave. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining the webinar. As you all are aware, today we are presenting MSME, its meaning, scope, eligibility, and benefits. Now, I will start with my presentation without any further delay. I hope my presentation and everything is visible here. I will start with the very first slide, which talks about my topic, which is MSME, eligibility, scope, and benefits. So I will take you through a brief history of it first. MSMED, this is what? Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Development Act, 2006. It was formed for the development of small-scale businesses or businesses which comparatively needs more attention and support. Earlier, these enterprises were known as small-scale industries. MSMEs are less capital investment and high labor absorption, which was created unprecedented importance to this sector. As per the Development Commissioner of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, the sector has the credit of being the second highest in employment, which stands next to agriculture sector. So in order to boost the development of this sector, government has assured in various schemes. I'll name a few here. Scheme of Fund for Regeneration of Traditional Industries, Credit Guarantee Scheme, Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, and Credit Linked Capital Subsidy Scheme. So this is what I have told you, brief introduction of MSME. Now we will move forward to our next slide, which talks about the meaning of MSME and various segments under it. So MSME stands for what? As you all are aware, it is micro, small and medium enterprises. So in accordance with the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Development Act 2006, the enterprises are broadly classified into two divisions. So firstly, it is manufacturing enterprises. Secondly, it talks about service enterprises. Manufacturing enterprises are engaged in the manufacture or production of goods pertaining to any industry or employing plant and machinery in the process of value addition to the final product, having a distinct name or character or use. The manufacturing enterprise are defined in terms of investment in plant and machinery. तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग आपका एंटरप्राइज हो गया जिसके अंदर आप लोग जो भी गुड्स मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं या आप कोई भी चीज इसके अंदर बनाते हैं वो आपका हो गया मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, राइट? देन वी टॉक अबाउट सर्विस एंटरप्राइज. Service enterprises are basically engaged in providing or rendering of services, which are defined in terms of investment and equipment. So how do we check investment in terms of services? It is basically related to your investment in equipments. Whatever the investment in equipments, as per it is defined as service, maybe you are small, micro or medium enterprise. So basis on your investment, it defines you. Now we will move forward to our next slide. This slide itself defines all the MSME classification. So why we have to understand older MSME classification when we have a new definition here? I tell you, in order to understand the increment in benefits granted to MSME, it is important to know the difference between the older regime and the new classification of MSME. So abhi recently, due to COVID-19, lot of rebates, relaxations has happened and given to MSMEs, right? So to understand that, previously what were the investments or services or whatever the relaxations were given to them, and now what is the change? We need to understand in the point of view of the change in the definition, and the change we can only understand once we know what is older MSME classification. So as per section 7 of MSME Act, the act has classified the enterprise into manufacturing and service sector. So for manufacturing, I'll tell you, with this table you can understand, I will put it in terms of words. So in case of enterprise engaged in manufacture and production of goods, a micro enterprise where the investment in plant and machinery does not exceed 25 lakh rupees. Okay. So earlier, माइक्रो हमारी इंडस्ट्री कौन सी होती थी जिनके अंदर 25 लाख से कम का अमाउंट होता था in terms of investment. This is for manufacturing. Okay. Now I'll move forward for small industries. A small enterprise where the investment in plant and machinery is more than 25 lakh but does not exceed 5 crore rupees. So small industries में हमारा आ गया जिसके अंदर हमारा 25 लाख से तो ज्यादा है इन्वेस्टमेंट, बस 5 करोड़ से कम है, वो हमारी आ जाएंगी स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज. Okay, then we will move forward to medium. So a medium enterprise where the investment in plant and machinery is more than 5 crore rupees but does not exceed 10 crore rupees. So here the distinction is between, ranges between 5 crore to 10 crore. तो हमारी मीडियम में कौन सी आ जाएंगी? जिनका 5 करोड़ से तो ऊपर है पर 10 करोड़ से नीचे है. ठीक है, अब हम ऐसे ही सर्विसेज के बारे में समझेंगे कि पुराने हमारे रिजाइम में कौन सी इंडस्ट्रीज क्लासिफाइड थी या एलिजिबल थी अंडर एमएसएमई फॉर सर्विस सेक्टर. In the case of enterprises engaged in providing or rendering of services, a micro enterprise where the investment in equipment does not exceed 10 lakh rupees. So here the investment reduces from 25 lakh, which is given in manufacturing sector, to 10 lakh rupees. Okay. Now we will move forward to small enterprise where the investment in equipment is more than 10 lakh rupees, but does not exceed 2 crore rupees. So here the bracket is from 5 crore, which is given in manufacturing, reduced to rupees 2 crore, which is given in service sector. So अभी हमारा small scale में कौन सी आ जाएंगी, जो 10 लाख से तो ऊपर हो जिनका investment, but 2 crore से कम होगा. ठीक है. Now we will move forward to the third one. Third segment is about a medium enterprise where the investment equipment is more than 2 crore rupees, but it should not exceed 5 crore rupees. So it is clear that the distinction between manufacturing and services is very much visible. Okay. In manufacturing, the maximum limit allowed is rupees 10 crore, whereas in services, the maximum eligible limit to be MSME is rupees 5 CR. Okay. So also, I would like to inform you that while calculating the investment in plant and machinery, as per the older regime, the cost of pollution, research and development, industrial safety devices were excluded. So it were not given now, okay? So it was excluded in the older MSME classification. Now we will move forward to the next slide. Here you can see the revised MSME classification. Effects of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan on MSME classification. So this scheme, which was recently introduced by our Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Under that scheme, Atmanirbhar Bharat, the government has revised the MSME classification. Okay. So we all are going through tough times due to the pandemic of COVID-19. In order to provide some relief, the government on 13th of May 2020, through its finance minister, Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman, under Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan package, has announced various new schemes, programs, relaxations for MSME and some other sectors as well. So now we will discuss in detail what are the recent changes in the definition of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. Okay. So few distinction, you can also figure it out through my slides. That first is new definition of MSMI to include the additional criteria of turnover. If you see in my previous slide, here you cannot see turnover anywhere. But in the new slide, it talks about turnover. You can also find out one more difference, that investment limit is revised. So if you see and compare from the older regime, the investment limit, which was 25 lakh for micro, has revised to 1 CR, which seems to be minimum. So the third difference I would like to draw your attention on is difference in the manufacturing and service to be eliminated. So if you see in the new slide, you cannot see anywhere service or manufacturing sector distinction. So here investment is investment, whether you are in manufacturing sector or you are in service sector. Okay. So I will take you further and tell you the revised definition of MSME, which is tabled here in my words to make it easy to understand for you. A micro enterprise where the investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 1 crore and turnover does not exceed 5 crore. So you need to note down here that if any of the criterias are not meeting, let's say your investment is 1 crore, but your turnover is more than 5 CR, then you are no more a micro classified industry, right? Then you will fall into the small scale group. Okay. So both the conditions have to be satisfied. So I'll move forward for small enterprise. A small enterprise is where the investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 10 crore rupees and turnover does not exceed 50 crore rupees. So you see the difference. Now, small scale industries have got a bigger bracket. Okay, now anybody who were not eligible before to take the benefits of MSME, relaxations, and other benefits or schemes may take advantage now, because it is in wider in scope in terms of investment now, right? So now we will move forward to a medium enterprise, where the investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 20 crore rupees and turnover does not exceed 100 crore rupees. So this was 100 crore. Now I'm sure there must be question that in the slide it is written 250 crore rupees. But I'm talking about right now not about the notification, about the announcement which Nirmala Sitharaman has made on 13th of May. After that, subsequently, there was a notification which shall come into effect on 1st of July 2020. So now there was an intense dilemma all the time regarding the applicability of revised definition of MSME. So I would like to address here that there is a notification dated 1st June 2020 regarding its applicability, through which the ministry have clarified that the same shall be applicable with effect from 1st July 2020. So please give your attention here that the new scheme will be implemented from 1st July 2020. So till 30th of June, all the transactions, everything clubbed under the older regime. And new regime, new definition will be applicable from 1st July 2020. Now I'll tell you, there are differences in terms of announcement and in notification. I'll tell you what are the differences. We will try and cover as much as we can. No change in limit of micro enterprise. So whatever the announcement happened, there was no change in the limit of micro enterprise. There was no change in the limit of small enterprise too. Okay, but there was change in the limit of medium enterprises. So now, which I told you 100 crores, it moved to 250 crores. And from 20 crores, it moved to 50 crores in the notification. So the current table which you are seeing is the revised MSME classification, which got notified on 1st of June 2020. So this is a fixed regime and classification, you can name it. Okay, so this is what the difference between the older version and the newer version. The newer version is more expendable, more concrete, and it also eliminates the difference between manufacturing and service sector. So both the sectors, as per government, as per the notification, are equal now. अब service वाले भी उतना ही eligible हैं जितना कि manufacturing वाले eligible हैं. ठीक है? Now we will move forward to our next slide. It talks about increased benefit of MSME on launch of new scheme. So the Indian government, I'll tell you, has always been in favor of providing benefits to micro, small, and medium enterprises. So you must have heard from wherever or whatever means that MSME is always kind to be a promoted sector in all the elections, in all the new schemes. So there are many advantages of obtaining MSME registration in India, which can now only be availed if the business had registered itself as an MSME under MSME Act. So you can only avail, आप सिर्फ तभी benefit ले सकते हैं MSME का जब आप registered हैं. If you are not registered under MSME, you do not have the valid certificate, you are not eligible for any perks or benefits which are launched by government. So this is why this is important. So out of 15 measures announced by the finance minister, under the mega rupees 20 lakh crore stimulus package, 6 aim at bringing lockdown hit India's vast MSME sector under MSME Act back to life. So because of COVID-19, सबसे ज़्यादा affected or impacted sector है small scale industry and small businesses, which there was a try to reduce down their stress, to reduce down their credits, and which is why government have launched. गवर्नमेंट ने एक ऐसी स्कीम लॉन्च करी जिसके अंदर 15 में से अगर आप रिलीफ चेक करेंगे तो 6 रिलीफ सिर्फ एमएसएमई सेक्टर को दिए गए हैं. ओके, अगर मैं बताऊं तो रफली 10% ऑफ द इंडियन जीडीपी announced measures to boost liquidity in MSME. This will help them take benefit of government scheme enable them to compete with foreign companies and strengthen their network. तो कुछ एडवांटेजेस है जो एमएसएमई रजिस्ट्रेशन के अंडर नई लॉन्च में जो हमारी ये स्कीम हुई है बाय गवर्नमेंट उसमें मिलेंगे. तो ये 3 पॉइंटर्स हैं अगर आप देख रहे होगे तो. पहला है हमारा जिसमें हम लिखते हैं ₹3 लाख करोड़ कोलेटरल फ्री ऑटोमेटिक लोन्स फॉर बिजनेसेस इंक्लूडिंग एमएसएमई. सेकेंड पॉइंट है हमारा ₹20,000 करोड़ सबऑर्डिनेट डेट फॉर एमएसएमईज. और थर्ड पॉइंट है हमारा ₹50,000 करोड़ इक्विटी इन्फ्यूजन थ्रू एमएसएमई funds of funds. Now we will understand the schemes in detail in the upcoming slides. So I'll take you forward quickly to the next slide. This is the slide which talks about ₹3 lakh crore collateral free automatic loans for businesses. So I'll tell you, banks and NBFCs will offer up to 20% of entire outstanding credit as on February 29, 2020 to MSMEs. So which means there is a mandate that bank have to issue whatever as per records dated 29th Feb 2020. मतलब 29th Feb में जो भी उनका रिकॉर्ड दिखा रहा होगा कि उनका क्रेडिट उन्होंने दिया है एमएसएमई को, उसका उन्हें 20% आउटस्टैंडिंग जो भी उनका दिखा रहा होगा उसको उन्हें एमएसएमई को ऑन रिकॉर्ड देना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. So it is a mandate for all the banks to provide a credit facility of up to 20% of the total outstanding credit shown in their records in the name of MSME. Okay, irrespective of private or public bank, they have to issue this credit facility. Now, units with up to ₹25 crore. I have mentioned borrowers with up to 25 crore outstanding and ₹100 crore turnover eligible, which means units with up to ₹25 crore outstanding credit and ₹100 crore turnover are eligible for taking these loans. Okay, and these loans will have what? 4 years of tenure with moratorium of 12 months on principal repayment. So it means that a loan can be taken in today's date, but the payment of installment will be started after completion of 1 year from the loan start date. In a way, this scheme is beneficial for startups, not so established businesses, no funding visibility for a period of time. So जो भी business credit facility की वजह से अपना business run नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, okay, they can take benefit of the scheme and they can enroll themselves as a MSME wherein they can get a credit facility easily available with a 4 year of tenure जिसमें उन्हें 1 साल की installment भी नहीं भरनी है. ठीक है. Now we will move forward to the next point to clarify if somebody might have doubt कि इसका इंटरेस्ट भी नहीं लगेगा, तो दैट इज रॉन्ग. इंटरेस्ट जरूर लगेगा. इंटरेस्ट कैप होगा आपका उस मॉरिटोरियम पीरियड में भी फॉर दैट 1 ईयर, बट वो आपको देना अगले साल से होगा. ठीक है. सो इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू नोट हियर दैट इंटरेस्ट फॉर द पीरियड वेयर मॉरिटोरियम इज एप्लीकेबल विल स्टिल बी कैप्ड एंड deferred to the subsequent year. Now, no credit guarantee is needed from the MSME. On MSME's behalf, government has given guarantee worth ₹3 lakh crore. Now the government is giving guarantee on your behalf. So initially, if you see, the biggest challenge and problems faced by MSME is they do not have any credit eligibility. Okay, but this is also removed by this launch. Therefore, the MSME need not to worry in terms of collateral or security now. The scheme benefits can be availed till 31st of October 2020 this year. So now you know why this is important to register as soon as possible, because this scheme is for a valid time period. You will have to get the benefits of this scheme till 31st of October. So post 31st of October, the scheme benefits will not be available until unless the government does not extend that. Okay, तो आपको 31st अक्टूबर तक इस स्कीम के अंदर अगर बेनिफिट्स चाहिए तो आपको रजिस्टर करना पड़ेगा. Okay, now no guarantee fee, no fresh collateral. The government will provide complete credit guarantee cover to lenders on principal and interest amount. So अभी कोई कोलेट्रल या कोई सिक्योरिटी या गिरवी रखने की कोई चीज जरूरत बिल्कुल भी नहीं है एमएसएमईज को. अभी उनके बदले में जो गवर्नमेंट है उन्होंने अपनी एफडीज गिरवी रखी है. This is what it means. Okay. So now I'll move forward to the next slide, which talks about rupees 20,000 crore subordinate debts for stressed MSMEs. So the government of India has made collateral-free credit available to all small and micro business sectors. This initiative guarantees funds to micro and small sector enterprises. Under this scheme, both the old as well as the new enterprise can claim the benefits. So कुछ लोगों के दिमाग में डाउट आता है कि हम अगर नई एंटरप्राइज खोल के करें तो शायद हमें ये बेनिफिट नहीं मिलेगा, तो विच इज नॉट ट्रू. अगर आप नई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी हैं और आप एक टाइम फ्रेम के अंदर वो फैसिलिटी अवेल करते हैं तो आपको भी वही सेम बेनिफिट्स क्रेडिट हो जाएंगे. ठीक है. A trust name, the Credit Guarantee Trust Enterprise Fund scheme was introduced by Government of India, Small Industries Development Bank of India, and Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise to make sure this scheme is implemented for all micro, small and medium enterprises. So there are funds which got established कि वो ही उनको मेजरली उसमें ध्यान रखेंगे और सपोर्ट करेंगे आपको क्रेडिट फैसिलिटी अवेल कराने में, रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस बनाने में उसके अंडर, to make it simplify and easy procedure for you. So now I'll move forward to the next point, which talks about MSMEs declared NPAs or those stressed will be eligible for equity support, as the government will facilitate the provision of rupees 20,000 crore as subordinate debt. It means that MSMEs which were before announcement of this scheme were declared as non-performing assets or stressed in a way scope which is almost zero are now eligible for revival with the support of this scheme. तो जिनको पहले ये टेंशन थी कि हमारे पास फंड्स नहीं है, हम कैसे रन करें अपनी कंपनीज, so now they can run their companies by the support of this 20,000 crore as subordinate debt government which have recently introduced. The government will also provide rupees 4,000 crore to Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for micro and small enterprise that will offer partial credit guarantee support to banks for lending to MSMEs. So as per the forecasting based on the available data, the government has claimed that 2 lakh MSMEs are likely to be benefited by this scheme. So government क्या claim कर रही है? Government कह रही है कि भाई अभी जो हमने scheme launch करी है इसके अंदर 2 लाख MSMEs को benefit होगा as per their data and forecasting. So अभी 2 लाख MSMEs मतलब इसके अंदर benefit उठा सकते हैं. Okay? Even after the complete money gets extorted. The investors or promoters of the MSME will be given debt by banks, which will then be infused by promoter as equity in the units of businesses. So अभी जो promoter होंगे जिनको भी MSME में invest करना है, promote करना है, what they can do, they can easily get debt from bank and they can infuse that capital into the units of businesses. This will also help in revival of MSME from tough times. So इसमें MSME भी revive होगी, कहीं ना कहीं आपका भी जो एंटरप्रेन्योर बनने का सपना था वो भी पूरा हो जाएगा. ठीक है, आप भी इन्वेस्टर बन जाएंगे. और if MSME grows, obviously your shares will also grow. Now I will come forward to the next slide. It talks about rupees 50,000 credit equity infusion for MSMEs through fund of funds. So the fund of funds will be set up with a corpus of rupees 10,000 crore to give equity based funding to MSMEs having growth potential and viability. It boosts growth of the sector and it will help more companies benefit from a package announced for small and medium companies. It will also relieve the financial stress on the MSMEs. So बार बार इस प्लान का फोकस यही है कि जो भी स्ट्रेस्ड हैं, राइट, जो भी स्ट्रेस्ड हैं वो लोग अपना स्ट्रेस दूर कर सके, at least in terms of funding. So the funding support is there. The government will infuse rupees 50,000 in equity in MSME through a fund of funds that will be operated through a mother fund and a few daughter fund. This is yet another step towards ease of doing business. So since years, I'm sure all the entrepreneurs or all the aspiring entrepreneurs, emerging entrepreneurs, they must have heard this term ease of doing business. And government have tried every possible way to make digital platforms to do business. and minimize the physical support. You remember in earlies, the companies used to incorporate in about 2 months, 3 months, but now everything is online. So the company gets incorporated in few days of time, and you can start up your business as early as possible. So this MSME schemes is also focuses on ease of doing business. This will help in attracting investment and creating more jobs in the MSME sector. So all the current campaigns you have heard, like Make in India, Be Vocal About Local, Atmanirbhar, Startup India, they are all sign and supports of development of businesses in India. So all these campaigns are basically entrepreneur friendly. They are business friendly campaigns, right? And they are done in order to protect interest and rights of a businessman. And it helps you to able to grow as far as possible. So these are opportunities which should not be ignored by emerging entrepreneurs and businesses. It is the right time to register your business under MSME and take maximum benefit out of this. So yahi right time hai before it expires, right? This will establish a framework to help MSME in capacity augmentation. It will also urge MSME to list on stock exchange. अब MSME, अब जो छोटी कंपनियां हैं वो भी स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पे आ सकती हैं. जो पहले लगता था कि it is impossible, you know, to register yourself on stock exchange or on any, you know, business parameters, which is now simplified and made easy for you through various scheme program. And this is one of the scheme which we are discussing. As per the data, the amount allocated for collateral-free automatic loans, subordinate debt for MSMEs, and equity infusion through MSME fund amount to 76% of credit dispersed to MSME during financial year 20. So 76% का आपका ये जो हिस्सा है जो भी corporates को जाना था वो MSME को जा रहा है as per government. So now you can see that government is also focusing not on very top shots because they know they are self-sufficient. They can still consider and grow up. But businesses who need more attention and care have been allotted funds this time. So take maximum benefit out of this and register yourself under MSME. Now I'll take you to some other benefits which are showcased in our next slide. These are other advantages of registering businesses under MSME. So there are several advantages, you know, to register under MSME. So some of them we will try to cover here, which are most beneficial and important to know for an entrepreneur. First, I'll talk about the subsidy on patent registration. So a hefty 50% subsidy is given to the enterprise that has a certificate of registration granted by MSME. So certificate is very important to claim any subsidy, any grant, any benefit. You need to register first yourself under MSME. Then only government can recognize you that you are a registered MSME or not. Okay, they are not going to check your balance sheets, that your balance sheet says that you are a small scale industry and they should give you grant. No, you first have to register yourself, your business under MSME, which is very simple and easy. You don't need much documentation for that. Process is completely online. I'll take you forward to the next benefit or advantage in respect of MSME. Overdraft interest rate exemption. So now businesses or enterprise registered under MSME can avail a benefit of 1% on the overdraft as mentioned in the scheme that differs from bank to bank. So 1% को तो आपको मिल जाएगा overdraft exemption. But हर बैंक का अलग अलग है, तो हो सकता है आपको ज्यादा भी मिले कम भी मिले. But 1% का आपको जो है जनरल रेट रहेगा. Industrial promotion subsidy eligibility. Enterprise registered under MSME are also eligible for a subsidy for industrial promotion as suggested by the government. Protection against payments, delayed payments. So there are times, this is the most important, I would say, rule. Under this rule, at times the buyer of services or products from the MSME tend to delay the payment. The Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise lend a helping hand to such enterprise by giving them the right to collect interest on the payment that are delayed from the buyer's side. The settlement of such disputes must be done in minimum time through conciliation and arbitration. So in case if any MSME registered enterprise supplies any goods or services to a buyer, then the buyer is required to make the payment on or before the agreed date of payment or within 15 days from the day they had accepted the goods and services. Okay. If there is no mention of the date of payment. If the buyer delays the payment for more than 45 days after accepting the products or services, then the buyer has to pay compound interest along with the interest on the amount that was agreed to be paid. The interest rate is 3 times the rate that is notified by Reserve Bank of India. So now this rule clearly says that if अगर आप MSME में registered हैं और आपका कोई कस्टमर या क्लाइंट आपको 45 डेज, वैसे तो उसे 15 डेज में पेमेंट देना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, लेकिन अगर वो 15 डेज में पेमेंट नहीं करता है या अग्रीड डेट को पेमेंट नहीं करता है और 45 डेज लैप्स हो जाते हैं, 30 डेज का बफर फिर भी मिलता है, लेकिन उन 15 डेज के लैप्स होने के बाद ही उसका इंटरेस्ट लगना चार्ज हो जाएगा. बट अगर 45 डेज क्रॉस कर लेता है तो एक तो उसे मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट अफेयर्स में एक फॉर्म भी फाइल करना पड़ता है विच इज नोन एज MSME फॉर्म 1, जो हर कंपनी को फाइल करना पड़ता है अगर उसने किसी MSME का पैसा 45 डेज से ज्यादा रोका हुआ है तो दिस इज बेसिकली अ प्रोटेक्शन गिवन टू MSMEs. अगर वो फिर भी पैसा नहीं देता है तो 3 टाइम्स उसको इंटरेस्ट पे करना पड़ेगा आपके अमाउंट पे, और ये नोटिफाई खुद किसने किया है? रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने. तो नाउ इफ यू रजिस्टर्ड, फॉरगेट अबाउट अदर बेनिफिट्स, एटलीस्ट जो आपका क्लाइंट से डिस्प्यूट है, आपका कोई अगर पैसा लेके जा रहा है, आपको नहीं दे रहा है टाइम पे और आप MSME रजिस्टर्ड हैं, तो आप हमेशा क्लेम कर सकते हैं क्योंकि ये राइट तो आपको गवर्नमेंट ने खुद दिया है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम ऑल अदर राइट्स यू कैन एक्सरसाइज अंडर एनी कोर्ट ऑफ लॉ. तो क्रिमिनल और सिविल केस करने से पहले आप ये करें, ये ज्यादा बेटर है आपके लिए कि आप पहले MSME रजिस्टर कराएं, और अगर आपका डिलेड पेमेंट है तो आप जो प्रोटेक्शन दी हुई है एक्ट ने आपको, रिजर्व बैंक ने आपको, आप वो एक्सरसाइज करें. नाउ आई विल मूव फॉरवर्ड to the next point, which is fewer electricity bills. This concession is available to all the enterprises that have the MSME registration certificate by providing an application to the Department of the Electricity along with the certificate of registration by MSME. So it also gives you grant and benefit of ISO certificate charges reimbursement. So the registered MSME enterprises now can also claim the reimbursement of the expenses that was spent for the ISO certification. Okay. So in conclusion, I will say MSME are rapidly growing with regular support from the government, and youth who are inspired and bold enough to start their own venture should get this support, should seek this opportunity and get maximum benefit out of it. Therefore, knowledge about the registration process, its benefit, is necessary and absolute must in order to give a boost to the entrepreneur spirit of MSME founders. Okay, so now we will move forward and I will thank all of you for attending this webinar. We will now be addressing the questions received from our participant during this webinar. We will not take up the common questions. Okay, अगर 2 क्वेश्चन एक ही तरह के तो हम ट्राई करेंगे कि हम बाकी लोगों से आंसर करें ताकि ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस कवर हो. नाउ आई रिक्वेस्ट मिस्टर संतोष, इफ यू कैन लेट मी नो व्हाटएवर द क्वेश्चंस वी हैव रिसीव्ड.
थैंक यू मैम. बहुत सारे व्यूअर्स के सवाल आए हुए हैं. इनमें से कुछ कॉमन क्वेश्चन है जो मैं लेने जा रहा हूँ.
हाँ जी.
एक सवाल ये है कि ज्यादातर लोग ये जानना चाहते हैं कि कौन से डॉक्यूमेंट्स की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है MSME में रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए.
ओके, सो आई विल एड्रेस दिस क्वेश्चन. दिस इज एन ऑनलाइन प्रोसेस. आई वुड लाइक टू नो एंड टेल यू एवरीवन कि हमारा ऑनलाइन प्रोसेस होता है. इसके अंदर सिर्फ आपको एक वैलिड आधार नंबर होना चाहिए आपके पास. ओके, कोई आपको अटैचमेंट नहीं लगानी, किसी प्रूफ की जरूरत नहीं है. आपके पास अगर एक वैलिड आधार नंबर है जो कि आपके मोबाइल नंबर से कनेक्टेड है तो आप अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन कंप्लीट करा सकते हैं अंडर MSME.
तो मैम ये आधार नंबर कंपनी का चाहिए या फिर उनके उसके ओनर का चाहिए?
तो अगर आप प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी है फॉर एग्जांपल, तो आपको कंपनी का आधार नंबर, कंपनी का आधार नंबर तो कोई होगा नहीं, तो आपको ये जो उद्योग आधार मिलेगा यही कंपनी का आधार नंबर कंसीडर होगा. तो इन दैट केस आपको पैन नंबर चाहिए होगा आपकी कंपनी का टू रजिस्टर योरसेल्फ.
ओके। दूसरा, बहुत सारे लोग ये जानना चाहते हैं कि क्या इसकी जो लेंडिंग होती है एमएसएमई की,
हाँ जी।
वो क्या कुछ स्पेशलाइज्ड बैंकों से ही होती है?
ऐसा नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है। हालांकि अभी रिसेंटली जो हमारी स्कीम्स लॉन्च हुई हैं उसके अंडर उनमें बताया गया है कि स्पेशलाइज्ड बैंक क्रिएट होंगी, ब्रांचेस, एमएसएमई ब्रांचेस जिनको कहा जाएगा। बट पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स हैव बीन एडवाइज्ड टू ओपन एटलीस्ट वन स्पेशलाइज्ड ब्रांच इन ईच डिस्ट्रिक्ट। तो हर पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक को मैंडेट है कि वो एक कम से कम ब्रांच तो खोले अपनी एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में। प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक्स को हालांकि ऐसी कोई मैंडेट नहीं इशू हो रखी, बट प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक भी इसकी तरफ कदम बढ़ा रहा है और वो कर रहे हैं इसमें स्टेप्स नेसेसरी।
और एक क्वेश्चन ये है कि कोलेटरल फ्री बोरोइंग के लिए क्या सपोर्ट अवेलेबल है?
कोलेटरल फ्री बोरोइंग के लिए हमारे यहाँ, जैसा कि मैंने अपनी प्रेजेंटेशन में भी बताया था, कि एमएसएमई में जो हमारे एसआईडीबीआई हैं और क्रेडिट गारंटी फंड ट्रस्ट है माइक्रो एंड स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज के लिए, जो कि ट्रस्ट बनाया गया है, दे विल फैसिलिटेट द फ्लो ऑफ क्रेडिट। क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट ने क्या किया है कि सारा का सारा अमाउंट उन लोगों के पास जमा कर दिया है, एक तरह से डिपॉजिट कर दिया है। नाउ इट इज देयर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि एज एंड व्हेन रिक्वायर्ड वो उस फंड को यूज करेंगे टुवर्ड्स एमएसएमईज डेवलपमेंट और व्हाटएवर कोलेटरल फ्री सिक्योरिटीज।
एक सवाल है जो ये जानना चाहते हैं कि आप प्रोप्राइटरशिप फर्म एलिजिबल है एमएसएमई के लिए?
यस। सो जैसा कि मैंने कहा, इसमें आधार कार्ड चाहिए। सो इन प्रोप्राइटरशिप फर्म आप इसके अंदर क्या कर सकते हैं, अपना आधार कार्ड दे सकते हैं प्रोप्राइटर का। जैसे प्रोप्राइटर का पैन नंबर यूज होता है कंपनी के लिए, वैसे ही प्रोप्राइटर का आधार नंबर यूज होगा उसकी फर्म के लिए रजिस्ट्रेशन कराने के लिए।
एमएसएमई एप्लीकेशन फाइलिंग के बाद कौन सा सर्टिफिकेट इश्यू होता है?
उसके बाद हमारा उद्योग आधार इशू हो जाता है, और वो जो उद्योग आधार सर्टिफिकेट होता है दैट इज योर एमएसएमई सर्टिफिकेट। उसके अलावा आपको कोई डॉक्यूमेंटेशन की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है।
तो मैम ये फिजिकल कॉपी मिलती है या फिर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक होती है?
नहीं, ये सब कुछ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक होता है, इसकी कोई फिजिकल कॉपी नहीं मिलती है। ये अब जैसा कि सब कह रहे हैं कि डिजिटलाइजेशन की तरफ बढ़िए, डिजिटलाइजेशन की तरफ बढ़िए, उसी को व्यू में रखते हुए एनवायरमेंट फ्रेंडली इसको बनाया गया है और पेपरलेस बनाया गया है।
तो मैम क्वेश्चन तो बहुत सारे हैं, बट अभी हमारे टाइम का कंसर्न है।
हाँ जी,
हम जल्दी हम आपको फिर से बुलाएंगे।
श्योर।
अभी आज का सेशन हम अब यहीं पे समाप्त करते हैं। सभी सुनने वालों का धन्यवाद।
तो
नमस्कार।
जो भी क्वेरीज होंगी आगे, आपकी जो भी आपकी इंक्वायरीज हैं, आप लोग रजिस्टर्ड ईमेल आईडी पे या कांटेक्ट नंबर पे कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं साइट पे जाके, एंड वी विल एड्रेस दैट।
थैंक्स मैम, थैंक्स फॉर
थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू एवरीवन।